Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this. Um, Chef Elvis here, Justin. This is my Culture of Disability Assignment Overview. It says you will be writing a commentary about your experience, what you will post in Unit 8. Respond to the following questions in a narrative format. I felt like my experience warranted a video. Uh, what was it like for me? What feedback did I get? How helpful were people I encountered? How well did I function? Did I experience any reactions that surprised me? And the reason why I'm doing a video of this is because all of these, the answer for each one of these is all one answer, and it would be really hard for me to just write one word or one sentence answers for each of these if it doesn't feel like it merits or it's not worth that. So I felt like since I put all of myself into this assignment to begin with, I was going to put all of myself into the second half as well. So cover both eyes with medical patches, that just wasn't happening um, for personal reasons right now. Tape your thumbs to the palms of your hands. I'd done that before in the fifth grade. And the other one, be confined to a wheelchair. The verbiage was very specific on this, so I chose that one. And I went to Wheelchair Haven uh, in the wonderful city of Milton. And I have previous business there. My uncle's a quadriplegic. He gets his wheelchair fixed there. So I went there. They let me borrow a wheelchair. And I spent the day in the chair. Unfortunately for me, the first two places that I went to, um, it was just a picture. I thought I pressed play to record. It only took a snapshot. I visited a public building, went to the bathroom, used the facilities, washed my hands, obviously. There was no issue there. I stopped at three different places that were far and few between, so I had to get in and out of my car. Which was weird because people saw me get out of my car and then get in a wheelchair. So I tried to not let people see me get in the chair because I wanted a full experience of how I would personally be approached while in a chair. I also felt like this whole assignment was cheating because I have family members with disabilities. I've also been in a wheelchair after an accident for a while, so I know how it is to be in a wheelchair. But as you see in the video, I went and got the chair, and for the purpose of the assignment, just did it again. Um, Feedback did I get from family or friends? The typical shit. I go above and beyond for stuff like this. Things that I'm passionate about, I'll go above and beyond to interact with or learn about. How helpful were people you encountered? Actually, very helpful. Um, in today's day and age, in today's day and age, does that even make sense? I Today's social climate is, and especially up here, is very receptive. Uh, this People with disabilities, people with tattoos, like people just getting out of jail, normies or anything that society would have deemed as like different, outcast, not of the norm before, right? There's this transition that now you're not really sticking out like a sore thumb if you have a disability. And especially up here, like we're mostly ADA compliant for the most part up here. I didn't have any issues with that, any of the places that I stopped at. I functioned better than I did in some ways before the actual time I was in a wheelchair, sometimes not. My shoulders and my elbows are a little sore now. I'm in a better shape than I used to be in. A lot bigger, a lot more muscular than I am now. Um, So before toting around in the wheelchair, pushing around and whatnot wasn't an issue. This time a little bit was. Um, the chair I used, I mean, it was just a borrow, just something that fit, real quick. It wasn't anything fitted to me closely. The other one kind of was. Um, so it was a little bit uncomfortable. Did you experience any reactions that surprised you? I did, actually. So the response from the opposite sex of me being in a wheelchair was unusual to me. Um, I just expected people people that had good hearts to be a little extra polite because they feel like they have to because somebody's in a chair. I mean, don't you open the door for somebody anyways when you're walking out at AM PM and somebody's walking in? Don't you fucking hold the door for them anyways? Excuse my language. Don't you hold the door for them anyways? And I get frustrated and I curse because what happened. So it's like people have this automatic reaction like they wouldn't normally do it, but they're gonna like put some extra salsa on the taco. You know what I mean? They're gonna hold the door open for you because you're in a chair, and they're gonna talk to you, and they're gonna ask you if you need any help. Women, women saw me being in a chair. I'm 6'2", and when I sit in a chair, you could tell I'm still fairly large. Women, 9 out of 10 women that I had interactions with felt me sitting in the chair as a opportunity of that I was vulnerable. Like, again, I'm 6'2". Everybody's you either looking up at me or up at me because they're shorter than me, and it's like now they have an opportunity to flirt and make inappropriate comments about you know riding a quad and so on and so forth. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting observation. At least I know that if I was ever confined to a wheelchair, I would not have any problem getting a date. This is for certain. It it wasn't. It was that much of a difference for me to bring it up, and I thought I would share that. Uh, it was a little bit of an issue, and especially where I was, people were just kind of rude. So it wasn't like somebody was being very sweet about how they were talking to me. They were just being nasty and fucking vulgar. Oh, excuse my language. Nasty and vulgar. So, yeah. Uh, that little incident was probably the only time that I had an issue. Um, Never a dull moment in the life of Justin Alvis. So, I didn't have any guns pulled on me. No homeless drug addicts in my car this week. So other than that, all is peachy keen. And thank you for listening to me ramble off this culture of disability assignment overview. I hope this meets the standard. I'm still gonna write answers to this, but now that I've made this 8 or 9 minute video, um, now you see why. Because I mean, was I really gonna type all this out? Maybe, I don't know. Um, it seemed more appropriate to do a video to talk about this because I kind of need to process it still too. I'm completely wiped out from today. Um, yeah. So aside from dealing with a bunch of other shit, yeah. So I hope all is well. Again, thank you for your time, and that is my video.